Today, I'm fortunate enough to be in Fort Collins, Colorado, home to the New Belgium Brewing Company, one of the largest and most successful microbreweries in the United States. New Belgium is unique not only because of its high level of automation, but also because of its commitments to green practices and environmental stewardship. Of course, New Belgium makes great beers, like the popular Fat Tire Amber Ale, but it does so operating in the most eco-friendly ways possible. Let's take a closer look and see how New Belgium does it. To handle its extensive automation needs, New Belgium relies on Opto22 SnapPack systems. The Opto22 hardware controls the facility's brewing processes, water treatment facilities, sustainability efforts, and a lot of the building management. To find out more, I had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Igor Valuyev, the Chief Electrical and Automation Engineer here at New Belgium. So first things first, where did the names New Belgium and Fat Tire come from?
As far as the name of our flagship product, Fat Tire, our founder, Jeff Libish, used to be an avid homebrewer. When Jeff traveled to Europe, he traveled through Belgium on a bicycle and fell in love with Belgian beer culture. At that time, mountain biking wasn't very prevalent in Europe, so people were asking him where did he get this weird-looking bike. He came back home, brewed a beer, and decided to commemorate his trip and called his beer Fat Tire. So that was a part of our culture. Belgian beers, New Belgium Brewing Company.
New Belgium's founders created a company list of core values and beliefs. Producing world-class beer was one of them, of course, but high on the list was environmental stewardship and honoring nature at every turn of the business. And we're not talking just a few recycling bins here and there. We're talking about a company-wide dedication to reducing their impact on the environment. Igor, can you tell us a little bit about the energy management practices that you have here?
Everything that we do, everything that we engineer around here, we try to keep environment in mind. Just as an example, we're sitting at this table. This table is made out of recycled wood, recycled tires, and old FedEx tubes as legs. That's just one of the daily examples. But from the controls and automation perspectives, we are proud to be first wind power brewery in the United States. Whatever doesn't come from the wind farm comes from our cogeneration unit that's also controlled by the Opto22 system. Our brewing system is one of the most efficient systems in the world. We are also right now involved in a joint partnership with our local utilities to work on load shedding. That allowed the local utility to save a lot of resources on building substations throughout the area.
Going green is, of course, good for the environment, but it's interesting to see that it doesn't have to be bad for the bottom line. For example, you save over $3,000 a month in your electricity bills. Where do you find that savings?
The process water treatment plant is taking our waste stream, which is very biologically intense, and those little bacteria, they multiply, they eat up the biological particles and produce methane, which in terms we collect in the giant balloons on our property and burn this gas with our cogeneration unit, thus producing electricity and shaving our pigs at the same time.
Making beer seems like it's a very water-intensive process as well. How have you reduced your water consumption?
By being able to, first of all, monitor our water consumption. And currently, we are at 1 barrel of beer to 4 barrels of water, which is a very, very good number in our industry. And automation helps because we can make our processes very precise. By doing so, we can make usage of our water more efficient.
I understand you have over 10,000 points of I/O. What types of things are you controlling?
Literally, with our 10,000 points of I/O, we control everything throughout the brewery, from the brewing processes to CIPs, to filtration processes, to building processes, and steam generation, our cold glycol generation, our process water treatment facility, and our utilities, some of our IT processes interacting with our UPS systems. The goal of the system is to keep the temperatures, the pressures, the flows, the times at a very precise rate, as well as being able to adjust recipes on the fly. There is numerous PID loops throughout the facility. There's a lot of discrete control, a lot of pumps, valves, sophisticated metering devices. We also have some interfaces to our lab and quality measurement system. So all of that together comprises successful brewery like we are.
Right, and these are complex PID loops. You're often doing cascading PID loops?
Yes, there is certain devices that require, they're actually high-speed devices. For example, our VariaMill, which allows us, first of all, to make the product better, but also makes it safer. So as we're milling, we're adding water, which basically we're eliminating dust which makes our process much safer. Our SCADA system, our HMI, is one-door in-touch, and the system kind of has a dual purpose. One purpose is for the operators to interact with it, so we try to basically replicate whatever is in the real world, and that system is also used for education to people who go on the tours here. Currently, the one-door system is communicating over Apto's OPC server using Ethernet to the PAC system. Pretty much everything that the control system has is brought into the, at least a data historian, and stored in a Microsoft-like, it's basically a Microsoft SQL Server database. From there, this data is being consumed by our ERP, by our track and trace system, by our KPI modules, by the lab systems, and all of those databases are integrated. So it's a very cohesive system altogether.
I understand the bottling and packaging is controlled by a more traditional PLC system. Do you have any plans to have that system talk to your other systems in the facility?
As a matter of fact, we are currently working on a project that will establish communications, seamless communications over Ethernet between Rockwell, Allen Bradley system, and Apto 22 PAC system. So far, we've done factory acceptance tests on it, and the results were very favorable, and we've succeeded in passing factory acceptance tests for that particular project. Our packaging hall is 100% Ethernet based. It's also, we're using a lot of wireless technologies from Cisco that allows our maintenance personnel to troubleshoot our systems without any wires. More and more control systems are integrated with the IT systems. And in our case, they are. They are truly integrated with the IT systems all the way to the ERP system that we have.
You recently finished a conversion process where you converted legacy Apto 22 equipment to the newer SnapPack systems. Why did you do that, and how did the process go?
Apto hardware is very unique. First of all, we are using, pretty much looking at New Belgium, you can look at Apto's history. We are using from the very first generation of I/O that Apto 22 had offered, the AptoMax system, all the way to the most cutting-edge I/O that Apto is offering right now, the PAC system. You can imagine that everything in this brewery used to be controlled by old legacy system, and doing the conversion while the brewery is running live is a very difficult task that we were able to accomplish with a very, very minimal disruptions to the process and production. We saved a lot of money. We saved literally millions of dollars by keeping our existing legacy I/O and upgrading the brains, if you would, of the systems, the controllers of the systems to the new control architecture.
And that original Apto is still running?
The original Apto is still there. It's still making us money. It's still making beer.
I'd like to thank New Belgium for brewing great beers we can enjoy and feel good about drinking, and for providing a refreshing example of corporate and environmental responsibility. And thank you for watching. Be sure to visit Opto22.com for more information and to check out our other great Opto videos. Cheers!